Alright, back at her. So, where we left it last video, which was yesterday, the motor kind of ran shitty and died. So I gotta go through it all. I'm gonna wire everything up properly, you know, proper grounds, proper everything. And it kind of sounded like or felt like a vacuum leak of some sort, so I gotta go through that. That being said, it could be a sensor I left unplugged, or who knows. A few people, you know, put in the comments what used to be a computer has to learn. I don't know. Ultimately, it was so kind of rinky-dink put together. I'll do it all properly. I'm gonna put the radiator, like the radiator's in, plumb it, put coolant in it, change the oil, make sure this transmission oil thing. Just go through the whole thing, do it proper. So this is kind of gonna be a maintenance episode, and wire everything up properly. I gotta double check under the dash that I have power and everything. Got a battery. But there's a bunch of open spots on the panel, so hopefully I got a lot of switch power. Drill a little hole, run it through. I went to Princess Auto today, got all the good stuff. So zip ties, some bolts, bolt down the cab, so I forgot to do that. Some relays so I can wire in the fuel pump proper. So yeah, it'll be kind of an easy one. I'm hoping though, at the end of it, you'll be able to run for extended period of time and not run shitty. So we'll get at it. Alright, so let's give you guys a bit of an update. Put all the coolant hoses on. Loop the heater hose because I think this heater core has seen better days. But we'll see, I might order one. It's not too much money. Filled up with coolant, there was no leaks. So that was a bonus. Steam little port, whatever it's called, all dealt with. I put in a proper motor to frame ground. I still gotta figure out where I want to put this coolant tank. Where I had it, it was in the way of the spring. I still gotta put the air filter in and hook that sensor up yet. But that's that. I got the battery in proper. I tagged into a factory constant 12 from the motor harness, which actually ended up running into the fuse panel, so that worked out great. Ground everything properly. So that's all dealt with. I double checked all the sensors. I think everything's fine on the motor. I hooked up my fuse panel. Don't judge me too bad. I still got to go through it all and clean it all up. Put my relay in for the fuel pump. So I think that should be good. So I think everything's good. I did double check it. The fuel pump does kick on and off as it should with the key. So everything seems to be working. I'm going to hook up the air filter so I get the MAF sensor or whatever it's called hooked up and pop the door. It's freezing today, but hopefully I'll have better luck. I just did the oil change, double check that, make sure it's good. Fingers crossed, we'll fire this thing up. It'll run better than yesterday. Alright, door's about halfway up. Double checked everything on the fan, it looks good. Guess we'll see what happens here. Hopefully it'll just crank up and run and be happy. That's much better. Something's got some sort of clickety noise, but sounds like it's underneath, just vibrating against something. I'm happy with it. Woohoo! Well, I'm gonna call that a win, but I'm gonna shut it off because I don't know what's knocking around down there. Something's rattling away. At the end of the day, everything's just kind of rooted out and everything I left long, so I gotta kind of tie it all up. Actually, you know what? The transmission might even be in gear because there's no drive shaft in it, and I don't have a shifter hook up to it, so that could be it. It's spinning around. Well, no fires, no problems. I'll let this cool off a little bit. I'm gonna get some gas because I just put like a few bucks in, so we'll get a jerry can, put it in there. So I think that pump's gonna want to be submerged all the way, be much happier. Carry on. Pretty stoked. Seems like it runs pretty good. Motor doesn't make any noise. LS motors, I guess, eh? What do you expect? Well, working steady all night and haven't got nearly as much done as I wanted. I got the wiring all kind of dialed away, so I got to tape it up, but it's going to be what it's going to be. So I'm happy with that. The problem is I found a fuel leak. It's just a little bit of a drip there, so I got the door open. If you could smell it, from my armpits to my eyelids, it smells like fuel. I'm heating the garage with the door open. So I think what it was the old piece. So this originally went like that up into the fuel center, and I just kind of tagged into it. So I cut it off, and I am just running a fuel line up. But I think this is what went through the floor. So literally that was through the floor, through a grommet. And I don't know if you can see here how corroded it is. I think there's just a few pinholes in there, because it barely leaked, but just it was kind of almost sweating a little bit, so you can just smell fuel, and it's really, really, I don't know, corroded and whatnot. So I guess it's probably fine for siphoning, but put 60 pounds behind it, decided to leak. But that's it. I had trying to get in there with the seat in is also a pain, so I got ahead and I was reached over and did whatever, but I made it happen. That's it for tonight. Taking a break. I'll be back at tomorrow. A little more cleaning stuff up. I got a list of stuff I got to pick up on the way home. Rad cap and a few other things I got written in my phone. But yeah, it's doing pretty good. Unfortunately, I've run out of jam. I got to measure for a drive shaft and all that sort of stuff. But let's jump for tomorrow. Well, next day. It's cold out today, so the garage is cold. Doesn't smell like fuel in here, so that's sweet. My plan, I'm gonna mount that catch tank in, because it's just kind of hanging there. Same with my air filter. Yeah, put a couple screws in it. Maybe mount this computer a little better. I think I might just make some all thread rod. So they might just make like a little whoop battery hold down style thing or something. Not really too sure. But I'm gonna get to work on that. I gotta fix the throttle cable because it's pretty crazy. And then exhaust. Now it doesn't smell like fuel. I'm hoping I can put some hangers up without blowing myself up. That's the plan. Measure for drive shaft. Yeah, it's really coming along. Step one done. So I ended up with a bunch of these screwdriver holders. So I just customized it. Fold it in the vise, held her down. Already had some sweet speed holes in it. Shit, yeah. So next, a couple of zap straps or something like that on the air filter and the coolant tank. I think I'm done under here. Well, I didn't get as much as I wanted. I kind of cleaned up in here a little bit because it was trashed. Picked up a new set of wheels because I'm an addict. They were cheap, slot mags instead of slicks. So these might actually fit on the T. I have a set of adapters, I actually put them on here. But those center lines that I had kind of mocked up on the T, they're actually 5-on-5 bolt pattern, which I've never seen mags 5-on-5, so they gotta be kind of rare. So maybe I'll put them on here to see what they look like. Otherwise, I found this fancy ratchet shifter, so I'll probably get that kind of dialed in maybe tomorrow. I ordered some rear brake lines, a little hydraulic line. Hopefully I'll be here in the next couple of days. I did get the exhaust buttoned up. It's good enough. So tomorrow, hook trans up, maybe some cooler lines. I guess if I have a trans cooler, I'd like to do something there. And brakes when they show up. And I chopped apart the drive shaft so I can try and find something to work for that. Then it's just like lights, wiring, brake lights. I got to go out and get all the junk out of the other box sides. The lights, the tail lights, the reverse lights. I got some sort of plate light I'm going to wire up, hopefully. But yeah, it's getting there. I really want to get that transmission going, get the drive shaft in. I like to see this thing turn these rear wheels next. What's going on, guys? It's actually been a few days since I've been out in the garage. Been waiting on parts, but one thing I did do, I put this ratchet shifter in. So that's actually out of the Nova. Doesn't really suit the truck, but I had it and it was free. And I had all the brackets and stuff, so it'll work. So the transmission's going. I was underneath it. I kind of got everything zip tied out of the way and stuff. Cleaned up a little bit. I'm still waiting on hydraulic hoses for the brakes. The front brakes work, the backs I just have pinched off. So that's that. I picked up drive shaft. So I didn't have anything to cut down, so all I had was the ends. And a buddy of mine ended up doing it. So he's a good guy. His name's Ryan. Here's his number and stuff. If you guys are local, need a drive shaft, make it happen. I'll put a link in the description. He works fast, and yeah, works out pretty good. I also got these. These were in the PO box the other day, so I assume one of you guys sent them. So if you did, I appreciate it. Leave a note in the comment, and I'll thank you personally. But they're for cleaning bolts. I've looked at these a lot, but I've never done it. So all you do is you basically just put your bolt through there, run it back and forth once or twice. It's kind of like a wire brush. It cleans them all up before and after. So that's slick. Those will go in the toolbox for sure. So today, drive shaft in. Got a little monkey around to do under there. Clip some zip ties off, but it should be running. Maybe I'll put it down and see if it'll go in and out of gear. Should be fun. All right, doors up. Let's see if we can put this thing in gear. Make sure it has movement. So let's drive. Yeah. The only thing is it's got no brakes on the back, anyways. Both spinny. That's good. I'm gonna give this thing a once over underneath, and yeah, drop her down, I guess. See if it actually moves under its own weight and power. All right, she's on the ground. I may have overfilled the transmission just a scotch because I don't have a dipstick, so I just kind of eyeballed it and overdid it. But let's just see if this thing moves forward and back. So that's the important part. It's got something. Oh yeah. Forward and reverse. It's a roller again. Right on, I'm pretty stoked on this thing. I'm gonna get this thing kind of cleaned up a little bit. We'll see if we can take it out of the garage. Alright, well now she runs. Let's see if she'll do a burnout, right? I was talking to old Pig there from Zip Ties and Plies. You thought we should do some sort of burnout competition. Oh yeah! Fucking meat! She's wrecking right to the pig! So, I guess I'm first. Oh, I've locked myself in. Huh. Can't see a damn thing. Whew. Oh, it's too bad it's not daytime. So that would look cool. Well, that was a lot of smoke in a small amount of area. Just let that air out. Come right back. see a damn thing. Whew. All right, she's a little less hazy, but yeah, nothing was on fire. Nothing went boom yet. It's a nice little test. Didn't smell like burning too bad, other than burning rubber. One wheel peel, but man, it probably should have moved the welder there. Yeah, there's always next time, I guess, eh? But that's recommending this video. I got to get some lights in this thing, stuff like that, so I can start driving it. And yeah, hopefully the weather changes, because this snow is a real pain in the ass. Garage burnouts, story of my life. So go hide out inside, turn all the lights off, just in case someone called any the authorities, which has happened before. Neighbors are a pain in the ass. I gotta live outside in the country. But that's it for now. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Again, if you sent me something in the to the PO box, thank you very much. See you guys on the next one.